निर्विकल्पोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम्। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्र संघपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। ओम्। ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन मयि विश्वं प्रकल्पितं श्रीमत्स्वयं प्रकाशाख्यं प्रणौमि जगतां गुरुम्। यः परमात्मा जगत्सृष्ट्वा प्रविवेश पुनः स्वयं तं कृष्णं प्रत्यगात्मानं वन्दे गोपी मनोहरम्। यस्य प्रसादादहमद्वयात्मा विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैक गुरुं सदाश्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि। गुरुणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतोऽद्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे। ओम्। Though it appears that the vritti aham brahmasmi is also a cognitive process, like I am ghataha. There are certain elements that are common, and there is something which is going to stand apart. The knowledge I am ghataha, ghatajnanam, is something that is committed to the memory. But the rise of Brahmakara vritti, which is free from samshaya and viparyaya, also though is a cognitive process, it also functions in a similar way like I am ghataha, like the ghatajnanam. Yet having done the process of avidya nivritti, then it is not something that is dependent on memory. Say suppose a person has ghatajnanam, and due to some reason, let us say there could be several reasons for amnesia. The brain cells may deteriorate, or he may get an injury, a head injury or so. And that also can cause amnesia. Correct? You know what is amnesia? Loss of memory.
Swamiji,
Hmm.
is it recording, Swamiji? I think recording is not on.
The cloud capacity of Zoom has finished, so it doesn't record on Zoom.
Okay, Swamiji.
Yeah. So the cognition, I am ghataha, due to amnesia, the ghata jnanam can be gone because it is something committed to the memory. Now, memory also will require its structure, golaka, to function. And that can be said has to be brain and the circuits and so on and so forth. But once this knowledge, aham brahma iti, that comes, it is not something which is subject to memory. Can somebody try to explain as why? Because all that we are looking at is vritti jnanam. And why are we looking at vritti jnanam? Because we need aham brahmaiti vritti. You understand why I'm leading the topic there, which is though not over here presently? Because a lot of people will have this kind of a question as what if when I become old, this Brahma Jnanam also will go away. But what we are saying, once when the vritti arises, there is no question of it. The knowledge getting lost due to memory loss. So what is the difference? Can somebody please think about it? It's not a very difficult thing. Sarita, can you say something?
स्वामी जी अपरोक्ष ज्ञान हो जाता है तो
देखो, घट ज्ञानम is also अपरोक्ष ज्ञानम.
जी.
My name is so and so is also aparoksha jnanam. Yes. Aparoksha jnanam, pratyaksha jnanam is just one and the same. कुछ साक्षी प्रत्यक्ष है, कुछ इंद्रिय प्रत्यक्ष है. वो सब ठीक है.
स्वामी जी, जो अविद्या का आवरण शक्ति है वह हट जाती है उस ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति से, तो ब्रह्म स्वयं प्रकाशमान है और एक तरह से वह आवरण शक्ति नहीं रहती, इसलिए जो कुछ भी है द्वैत नहीं रहेगा फिर. तो
this is a good answer to begin with. Now let us say somebody becomes an engineer. So what is his knowledge about himself? I am an engineer. Or my name is Mr. So and so. The thing is, if there is amnesia due to some reason, will this person remember I am an engineer or my name is so and so?
No, Swami.
In this context, I remember one incident. Somebody once, very reliable person, was talking and he said, a great scholar like Dr. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, and when he had become old, his son would not allow visitors to see Dr. Radhakrishnan. And that was because he had become totally disoriented and there was amnesia due to senility. तो वो सारा उनका ज्ञान and everything was gone. Now all that you could meet was a person who could not recognize people, who did not remember names, or who did not remember all that, the great knowledge that with which he had written so many books and lectured in so many places. All that you met was a person who was unrecognizable. Now you tell me that a person then who becomes an engineer, or it could be president of India, will he remember I am president of India or I was the president of India? Amnesia has taken it all away. The knowledge is gone. So therefore, it is also a valid question as will this knowledge, Aham Brahma, will that Aham Brahma knowledge also be gone due to senility or some other cause? Now, Chakresh is saying that when the vritti arises, it destroys the avarana shakti. That is true. But Chakresh, when the ghatakara vritti also arises, does it not destroy the avarana shakti? And because of which now you have both the avarana shaktis are destroyed. A sattva padaka avarana shakti is destroyed, and therefore you can say this is ghata, this is a pot. And because abhana padaka avarana vritti is also destroyed, you can also say aham ghatam janami aparokshataya anubhavami. Correct?
जी स्वामी.
So in case of Ghatashyanam also, the avarana nivritti has taken place. So just saying that avarana nivritti has taken place, and therefore it cannot be forgotten, or it is not something that is committed to the memory, cannot be fully justified. The second part of your answer, which is saying, because Atma is Swayam Prakash, now it does not require any vritti again. Correct?
जी जी जी.
This part is something that we need to look at. Dr. Mangala, are you okay? Are you there? Here. Mrs. Mathur, are you there? Are you able to get it?
जी स्वामी.
Okay, sure. Now look at this. What happens is, now look at your own experience. I am good, I am bad, I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am sannyasi, I am grihastha. You are associating all these things with the I, and there are two parts to this experience. One which is committed to the memory, and the other one which is not the product of memory. Now let us say a person who has a severe amnesia. He forgets not only the names of people around, his wife and children and so on and so forth, but he may even forget his own name. But he still, does he forget I am? Is there any time forgetfulness of one's own presence? Ahamasmi. I am good, bad, I'm engineer, doctor can be forgotten, but I am, is that ever forgotten?
Only in coma. Only in coma.
Does that require memory? So why go up to coma? Go to deep sleep also then.
Yes, yes.
You don't even need to go to coma.
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, Swamiji.
Okay.
Huh.
Is this I am forgotten?
No.
No, Swamiji.
Aham, I am, is not forgotten. Now, what happens as long as the avidya is, till that time, this I appears as something that is parichinna, small. Correct?
Yes, Swamiji.
And therefore, when the aham brahmaiti vritti takes place, the parichinnata which is associated with I, and in association with body which is parichinna, so there is tadatmya with the body, there is tadatmya with the mind, there is tadatmya with the senses, tadatmya with the ahankara, so on and so forth. This is then justified that I am parichinna. And we have seen how the tadatmya takes place, like ayodahati. Okay, like ayodahati. Now, once when the vritti aham brahma iti arises, the avaranam which is covering goes away, and therefore this I, which is ever swayam prakasha vastu, the parichinnata which is due to avidya also goes away, and therefore ahamasmi, and that the I is ananta vastu, can never be forgotten. And therefore it is not something simply committed to memory. It is not committed to memory. He may forget the Shruti Vakyas. He may forget all the language in which he had learned, but that aham is purna, can never be forgotten. And therefore, this moksha is not something which can be lost, which can be ever lost. But we require the vritti. And what is the vritti required for? Only for avidya nivritti. Okay? So what is the function of the brahmakara vritti?
Avidya nivritti.
Avidya nivritti. In the case of ghatashyanam, there are two functions performed by the vritti. One is the avarana nivritti, and the second one is the vrittistha chaitanya, consciousness reflected in the vritti also illumines the ghata. Okay? Also illumines the ghata.
घटा अवच्छिन्न चैतन्य.
But in case of Atma, avidya nivritti can take place, has to take place through the vritti, but does the Atma require any other agency to illumine itself? Do I require memory? Do I require senses, body, or anything for this awareness, ahamasmi? Does it require anything, any agency? And therefore, this Atma is Nitya Prakasha Swarupaha. Swayam Prakasha Vastu. Okay? So this is not a knowledge, therefore, which is committed to memory. But as long as the Brahmakara Vritti, which is free from samshaya and viparyaya, does not arise, there is a role of buddhi, there is a role of memory. Okay? There is a role of it. Another thing that you should know is that in this life, let us say due to senility or some accident or something, now the person who was doing Shravana Mananam, now due to that accident he has forgotten, it looks as if it is gone. Will it be totally washed away? At this point, we can understand from Bhagavan Shri Krishna's words, Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. This will not be lost. This will not, because of some vigna, some papa of the earlier life, this obstacle has come. Maybe if that papa is vanquished in this very life, that memory may also come back. But in case if it doesn't, then in the next life, that will come back. It will come back. Nahi kalyana krit kaschid durgatim tata gacchati. Therefore, there is no need to worry about it. All that one must do is abide by dharma, do the upasana, and follow the Shravana Mananam. Okay? Nothing else is required. Live your life by dharma, because living by dharma, you obviously are not creating any papa which will become an obstacle, at least now in this life. If there is any papa karma of the earlier life that may come, in order to protect you from that, then there is the Ishvara Upasana you have to take. Because, every time you do this japa or any anusthana, you don't say Mamo Pata Samasta Durita Kshaya Dvara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham. Don't you say? आप संकल्प करते हैं कि नहीं? हमने मंगलाचरण का जब पढ़ा था तो did we not study this part? Why is Mangalacharanam done? What is the purpose of Mangalacharanam?
Seeking the grace.
Okay, but then it also means
Nirvighna Prapti Swamiji. Vigna.
to remove the obstacles. So those obstacles which can come due to the papa, which is adrishta, and prevent you from walking on this path of Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, can be checked. And that's why the upasana will not, will nullify those obstacles. And by living a life of dharma, at least you are not creating anything new. You understand? So thus, when you have taken care of it, now the sadhanam of doing the Shravana Manana can continue nirvignataya. Okay? And thus, when the Shravana Manana is done, obviously the Brahmakara vritti has to arise. With Mananam, Asambhavana. Asambhavana is also one type of samshayana. How is it possible? It's impossible. Means asambhavana. Correct? Why are you saying that Atma is Brahma is not possible? Then you can say because of these things. So there is a samshaya. Correct? That asambhavana is also one form of samshaya. That asambhavana has to go away with appropriate mananam. Got it? And then with nididhyasanam, even this abhyasa that I am this body, I am Stri, I am Purusha, I am this Jiva, all these things will go away with Brahma Bhavana, which is nididhyasanam. Thus, when the Brahmakara vritti is free from samshaya and viparyaya. Viparyaya means viparita bhavana. Correct? So samshaya bhavana went away, has gone away because of Shravanam. Asambhavana has gone away because of Mananam. And Viparita Bhavana goes away with Nididhyasanam. When all these things have gone, the vritti Aham Brahma is free from samshaya and viparyaya. Thus, this vritti Aham Brahma, free from samshaya viparyaya, there is nothing that can stop it. And therefore will go and destroy the avaranam. Avidya Shakti is destroyed. The avaranam is gone. With the going of avaranam, avidya maya, everything becomes mithya. And that what is mithya cannot be the real duality. Thus, the duality is falsified. Atma alone is Satyam, and that is what I am, shines like the sun in the sky. Aham Brahmaiti. Now, since we are also following Jivan Mukti Viveka, put 1 + 1 together over there, then the person in whom this Brahmakara vritti, which is free from samshaya viparyaya, has taken place, the knowledge has also taken place, and therefore his Kaivalya Moksha is sadhyo, is that for him, that moksha is jnana samakala. There is now only what is the delay? as long as the body-mind equipment is there, till then the duality will be seen. But this duality is falsified. Let it be seen. But how is it? Badhitam. What is the status of this Dvaitam? It is Badhitam, means falsified. Over there, Vidyaranya Swamiji says that the person in whom the knowledge has taken place, where the duality is falsified, now he says that what is the point of even seeing something that is false? You dekhe, ye bhi to vikshep hi hai. And therefore, he says, let there be samadhi. And so he immerses his mind in that samadhi. Then the samadhi samskaras become strong, where even the samskara of the false duality also goes away. And to the degree where even this false duality is also not seen, it is called as the Utkrishta Bhumika, superior Bhumika stage of that great sage, Jivan Mukti. So the knowledge actually takes place in the fourth Bhumika, which is Sattvapatti. Okay. So Brahmakara Vritti has taken place, which is free from samshaya, gone. You all have heard this, right? In Jivan Mukti, Viveka is also going to bring all these bhumikas from Yoga Vasishtha. But today, just listen to this. Does anybody remember what is the first bhumika, the first stage?
Shubhecha, Swamiji.
Shubhecha. Dr. Meera Bhide, do you remember the seven Sapta Bhumikas?
Not exactly.
Theek hai. Anand, do you?
Yes, Swamiji. The first stage is Shubhecha, and there are 7 stages. The names are not
Okay.
coming.
Names are not.
Okay. Now note it down if you can. The first stage is called as Shubhecha, wherein the person says Moksham me bhuyat or Moksho me bhuyat. May I be liberated. May I be liberated. And now he has a clear idea about what exactly does it mean by moksha. He simply doesn't sit with the idea that moksha means just samasta dukkha nivritti. Now he understands that for him, moksha means freedom from bondage. The bondage obviously is dukkham. But what is the cause of dukkham? Ignorance is the cause of dukkham. And therefore, now for him, that liberation means freedom from ignorance. So now his understanding about bondage itself has become so refined and undergone a transformation. He simply is not satisfied in saying that moksha means freedom from bondage means freedom from suffering. He says that suffering is due to ignorance. Therefore, ignorance should go away, and hence his mumuksha now gets converted into jignasa. Jigyasa ho jati hai. At this point itself, that mumuksha, which is the strong desire for liberation, then becomes not curiosity. It becomes a burning desire to know how Atma is Brahman. So that is called as, and that's why, what is the first sutra of Brahma Sutra?
अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा.
Jigyasa. It is Jigyasa. ठीक है? This is Shubhecha. Now with this Shubhecha, what does he do? With that Shubhecha, the second stage is Vicharana. In this stage of Vicharana, he goes, seeks the teacher, and then with due respect and due devotion, he serves the teacher, and then he makes the inquiry. Okay? Brahmaikaksharamarathyatam. What is that? Sadvidvan upasrupyatam pratidinam tatpaduka sevyatam. Okay? Tatpaduka sevyatam. Why is he doing? Why is he serving the teacher? Because then when he sees that the teacher is pleased with his humility and his sincerity, then he can ask Bhagavan, what is that Ekaksharam Brahma? What is this Paramatma? Knowing whom one becomes free, please tell me. Adhi Bhagavo Brahmeti. He Bhagavan, ब्रह्म का दर्शन कराइए, वो ब्रह्म क्या है वो बताइए. अधि भगवो ब्रह्मेति. This is then that vicharana. He does satsang. So shravanam he does, mananam he does. And then the third stage comes tanumanasa. Tanumanasa means, tanvikarana means to make something very thin.
Dilute. Dilute.
Thinning out, something thin.
Thinning out. What thinning out, don't think like, dilution. समझो, सूक्ष्म करना, एकाग्र करना. तो दूसरी कोई विचारधाराएं उसके चित्त में नहीं बहती है. केवल ब्रह्म 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 चिंतन ही होता है. इसलिए इस चिंतन धारा का नाम, जिसको हमने निदिध्यासन कहा है, यही तनुमानसा है, तीसरी भूमिका. तो देखना, श्रवण हो चुका, श्रवण और मनन कहाँ हुआ? दूसरी भूमिका में. तीसरी भूमिका में निदिध्यासन हुआ. तो चौथी भूमिका में ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति का उदय होता है, और ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति जो है वो शुद्ध सत्व की है. जैसे परमेश्वर की जो उपाधि माया है वो कैसी है?
सत्व, शुद्ध सत्व.
शुद्ध सत्व है ना. हमने पढ़ा है ना इस बात को.
जी
शुद्ध सत्व है. वहां पे सत्व मलिन नहीं है. तो ठीक वही, जैसे ईश्वर अपने को देखता है, वैसे ही ईश्वर के साथ एक रूप होकर के अहम ब्रह्म. इसीलिए जहां पे उन्होंने कहा कि गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु, तो वहां पे जहां श्री कृष्ण भगवान कहते हैं ज्ञानी तु आत्मैव मे मतम, वहां पे ज्ञानी में और ईश्वर में कोई अंतर नहीं, भले ही ईश्वर मायोपाधिक चैतन्य हो. तो माया जो उपाधि लेकर के भी चैतन्य परमात्मा बैठा हुआ है, वहां पे माया उपाधि कैसी है? शुद्ध सत्व की है. यहाँ पे भी जो इसकी इस क्षण उपाधि है वो कैसी है?
शुद्ध सत्व.
शुद्ध सत्व की है. इसलिए यहाँ पे भी ईश्वर के साथ वही ईश्वर ही है इस समय. शुद्ध समय, सत्व का। तो यहाँ पे भी क्या हुआ, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ब्रह्माकारा वृत्ति टेकिंग प्लेस विच इज फ्री फ्रॉम संशय एंड विपर्य, विपरीत भावना, नाउ द अविद्या निवृत्ति टेक्स प्लेस। देन इन द फिफ्थ भूमिका which is asam sakti, he continues to see the
Swamiji.
dvaitam. Huh?
Swamiji, which is the fourth stage name of the fourth
Sattvapatti.
stage?
सत्व की प्राप्ति, सत्वापत्ति। ठीक है
Yes, Swamiji.
डॉक्टर मंगला, ठीक है कि नहीं?
Yes, Swamiji.
ठीक है। तो
Swamiji, but we learned when you said Maya, we had learned that it was Shuddha Sattva plus the Vikshepa Shakti of Kriya Shakti, no?
करेक्ट, करेक्ट। यहाँ पे विक्षेप का कोई सवाल ही नहीं है।
Okay. Okay, okay.
यहाँ पे भी आएगा ईश्वर की जो विक्षेप शक्ति का कारण हो, मतलब उससे क्या होता है कि ये सारे विश्व ब्रह्मांड का फैल जाना। अब देखना, शुद्ध सत्व तो उसके पास है, परंतु पंचम भूमिका, षष्ठ भूमिका में वो विक्षेप भी होता है। वो विक्षेप कैसा है कि पंच महाभौतिक सृष्टि भी दिखती है, शिष्य दिखते हैं, लोग दिखते हैं। हाँ, तो शिष्य इत्यादि को भी उपदेश संभव होता है। आत्मा ब्रह्म है, ये ज्ञान कहीं खोया नहीं, कुछ नहीं खोता, परंतु द्वैत दिखता है। परंतु ये सारा द्वैत कैसा है? मिथ्या है। इसीलिए अब ये व्यवहार, शिष्योपदेश इत्यादि भी संभव होता है। ठीक है, तो
हाँ।
उस पंचम भूमिका में वो गुरु, शिष्य उपदेश, ग्रंथ की निर्मित इत्यादि ये सब संभव है। षष्ठ भूमिका में
Swamiji, Pancham Bhumika.
असम शक्ति, असम शक्ति। षष्ठ भूमिका में पदार्थाभाविनी नाम की भूमिका है। यह पदार्थाभाविनी में क्या होता है? तो पदार्थ मतलब द्वैत पदार्थ यहाँ पे, इसका अभाव। क्योंकि समाधि जो है, समाधि में क्या दिखता है? द्वैत दिखता है क्या?
नहीं।
अरे जिसकी अविद्या निवृत्ति भी नहीं हुई है, उसको भी समाधि में बैठने पर द्वैत का भान नहीं होता है। अब समाधि में द्वैत का भान नहीं है, और वो द्वैत कैसा है? इसका मिथ्या द्वैत है। तो उस मिथ्या द्वैत का भान नहीं, इसलिए इस भूमिका का नाम है पदार्थाभाविनी, अभाविनी, पदार्थ का अभाव करने वाली भूमिका। पदार्थ यहाँ पे कौन है? द्वैत। ठीक है, अब क्या हुआ? सप्तम भूमिका में पहुंचते, मतलब कोई पहुंचता है महात्मा तो समाधि की प्रगाढ़ता के कारण मिथ्या द्वैत का अभाव का जो संस्कार है वो भी इतना गाढ़ा हो जाता है, तो आंखें खुले अथवा आंखें बंद हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, द्वैत दिखता ही नहीं है। इसीलिए ये इस भूमिका का नाम है तूर्यगा, कि चित्त सदा तूर्य वस्तु में, चतुर्थ मतलब आत्मा में ही बैठा रहता है। इसीलिए पंचम भूमिका में यद्यपि ये सारे ज्ञानी ही है, लेकिन उत्तरोत्तर उत्कर्ष जो दिखता है वो समाधि के वजह से दिखता है। पंचम भूमिका में रहने वाला भी ज्ञानी आत्मा ब्रह्म है, द्वैत मिथ्या है, यही कहेगा। षष्ठ भूमिका में रहने वाला भी जब ही समाधि से उतरेगा तो उपदेश क्या होगा? आत्मा ब्रह्म ही है, द्वैत मिथ्या है, यही कहेगा। सप्तम भूमिका में रहने वाला अब उससे उपदेश भी नहीं हो पाएगा। ऐसा जो महात्मा है उसका सेवा पूजा करने से सकाम लोगों को भी फल मिलता है, परंतु ज्ञानी की सेवा करने से किसी को भी मिलता है, क्योंकि वो ईश्वर के साथ एक है और ईश्वर की उपासना से, ईश्वर का सेवा भजन पूजन करने से मिलता है। वैसा ही फल गृहस्थों को, सकाम लोगों को मिलता है। ठीक है, ये हो गई आपके जीवन मुक्ति की उत्तरोत्तर अवस्थाएं। लेकिन उपदेश और संशय आदि की निवृत्ति करने के लिए हमें ऐसा गुरु चाहिए कि जो पंचम भूमिका में रहे अथवा षष्ठ भूमिका में रहे। सप्तम भूमिका में रहने वाला जो है उसकी तो सेवा करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि उसके आशीर्वाद से, उसके पास बैठने से भी चित्त शांत हो जाता है, पाप कट जाते हैं, इसलिए वो पूजनीय है, सर्वथा पूजनीय है, श्रद्धेय है। जैसे उसका पूजा सेवा करते हैं वैसे ही सारे ज्ञानी की, किसी भी ज्ञानी की करे तो फल होगा ही, परंतु जो उपदेश मतलब बुद्धि का निश्चय इत्यादि संभव होना है वो तो यहाँ पे होता है पंचम भूमिका में। ठीक है, ये जीवन मुक्ति की अवस्थाएं हैं। ठीक, इसलिए ज्ञान मतलब ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति का उदय होना हमारे लिए इष्ट है। दिस इज व्हाट इज डिजायर्ड। वह ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति कैसी होनी चाहिए? संशय विपर्य रहित करनी चाहिए। अब दूसरी बात यह है कि उस वृत्ति का उदय कैसे होगा? क्योंकि वृत्ति है तो प्रमाण से ही होगा, और यहाँ पे प्रमाण महावाक्य है, तो महावाक्य होने से वाक्यस्थ जो पद है उन पदों का अर्थ जब पता होगा तब वाक्यार्थ भी संभव होगा। तो इसीलिए अब सवाल यह आया कि जैसी वृत्ति होती है, मतलब ब्रह्म अखंडाकार वृत्ति होती है, तो अब सवाल यह है कि वृत्ति ही क्या है? तब बताते हैं वृत्ति क्या है। आनंद, वृत्ति क्या है? विषय चैतन्याभिव्यंजकत्वे सति अंतःकरणाज्ञानयोः परिणाम विशेषः। विषय चैतन्य का अर्थ क्या हुआ? विषयावच्छिन्न चैतन्य। अभिव्यंजकत्व का अर्थ क्या हुआ? आवरण निवर्तकत्वम। ठीक है, द्वितीय दल में अंतःकरण अज्ञानयोः परिणाम विशेषः, तो वहां पे अंतःकरण क्यों रखा गया है, अज्ञान क्यों रखा गया है पद, इसका विचार हो चुका। अब बोला उन्होंने कि परिणाम किसको कहते हैं, तो परिणाम का अर्थ क्या है? उपादान समसत्ताक अन्यथा भावः। ठीक है,
जी स्वामी जी।
हम लोग यहां तक पहुंचे हुए हैं। ठीक। वह वृत्ति दो प्रकार की होती है, प्रमा और अप्रमा रूपा। कैसी होती है वृत्ति? प्रमा और अप्रमा। प्रमा किसे कहते हैं? तो कहते हैं प्रमा मतलब बोधेद्धा वृत्ति ही, अथवा वृत्तिद्ध बोधहा, दोनों। बोधे दोनों ठीक है। बोधेद्धा वृत्ति अथवा वृत्तिद्ध बोधहा, ऐसी प्रमा होती है, इसे प्रमा कहते हैं। ठीक है। बोधेद्धा वृत्ति अथवा वृत्तिद्ध बोधहा प्रमा। अब इसके बारे में हम कुछ विचार करेंगे और ग्रंथ आगे चलेगा। तो बोधेद्धा वृत्ति का अर्थ क्या है अथवा वृत्तिद्ध बोध का अर्थ क्या है, जिसे प्रमा कहते हैं, यह आएगा। यही प्रमा दो प्रकार की होती है। तो वृत्ति हो गई दो प्रकार की, प्रमा हो गई फ्लो चार्ट बनाना 2 प्रकार की। तो प्रमा कौन सी हुई? ईश्वराश्रया प्रमा और जीवाश्रया प्रमा इति। अब देखते हैं कि ईश्वराश्रया तो प्रमा क्या है और फिर ईश्वराश्रया प्रमा किसे कहते हैं, जीवाश्रया प्रमा किसे कहते हैं। इस विषय को हम कल देख लेंगे। यहां भी विश्राम करते हैं। Enough for this class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakrito Vande भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Thank you all. Thank you very much.